Today I'm going to share the top 3 things that people mistakenly focus on to solve their stubborn gut challenges, and I'm also going to share what to focus on instead, so stay tuned. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Amanda Malacheski. I'm a certified functional nutrition health coach and a digestive and allergy detective. To learn more about how to create your personalized plan for calm digestion, please be sure to subscribe and be sure to hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every week. After meeting and working with hundreds of people with gut challenges, I've learned that most of them aren't focusing on the right things. So by the end of today's video, you'll know the top 3 things that people focus on that they shouldn't, and you'll also know what you should focus on instead. This is the exact method that I use to help my students, Chris and Patty, go from anxiety, endless questions, and second guessing about their gut diets, protocols, and supplements to a confident plan for calm digestion. So let's get started. Most folks working on their gut challenges are understandably frustrated, and this applies no matter whether you're struggling with IBS, IBD, SIBO, bloating, gas, constipation, diarrhea, reflux, whatever. And I've also found that people are often pretty desperate, like you're really, really struggling and you really want to find a solution. And this is understandable because a lot of you feel like you've been at this for a while and you're just kind of going in circles and not getting anywhere, even sometimes with the help of a functional medicine practitioner or naturopath or other, caring practitioner. A lot of people I meet also would rather not use medications or use a non-pharma approach, and they'd rather use things like diet, supplements, and lifestyle approaches to feel better. Can you relate to that? Give me a like below if you can relate to that. So what do you do if you're in that boat? Well, most people go looking online for solutions, and a lot of times they find actually some really good ideas, like all of the things that we talk about on my channel here, and they start working to try them. But what I'm finding is that finding those answers online isn't quite enough, and we need a little bit more. So what are people missing? The number one mistake I see people make is thinking that the diet, supplement, habit change, or protocol that they found is going to be the one solution that's going to solve the entire problem. I call this magic pill thinking, and it's really pervasive. People really very easily fall into this trap. And I get it. You want a simple, easy, fast solution because this thing that you're dealing with is uncomfortable and you would rather not be experiencing it. But the trouble is that for most of you, this way of thinking isn't realistic. For one thing, we don't really know going into it whether the thing that you found is likely to actually address or help your problem. The clues about whether or not this thing is right for you are found by doing a proper assessment at the beginning of your case process. And I find that a lot of people just kind of randomly grab at things when they may or may not be right for them at the time. Your diets, supplements, and lifestyle habits need to be chosen based on what your body is already telling you. And if you don't know how to read this, you're likely going to be making the wrong choices or choosing the wrong solutions. And secondly, most health problems are multifactorial. They aren't just one single cause. It's usually several things together that we do to support different functions or get things working again that makes the collective difference. And finding what these are requires a comprehensive strategy rather than a whack-a-mole kind of random process of just grabbing at whatever comes across your social media feed. Otherwise, you're just kind of shooting in the dark. So this is the number one thing I see people really struggling with. Okay, mistake number 2 is not listening to your body. Every week on this YouTube channel and other places, I get questions that look like, should I take X for X condition? Or so-and-so said blank is good for blank condition. Should I do it? And there's really only one good answer to this question, just one. And that answer is, it depends on what your body says about it. And while there's a lot of people out there selling cookie cutter protocols, like this is the protocol for SIBO, or here's a protocol for mold, or here's a protocol for IBS. The truth of the matter is hardly anyone is talking about how to take these protocols and adapt them to your own body, which you are going to have to do, regardless of what protocol or tool or diet or supplement you choose, because each one of you is absolutely unique. Every single one of you is going to respond differently to those things. And some of those things may not reflect what's actually going on with your body. So they might just need to get thrown away at the beginning. And then In other cases, those things may not work for you how they're written and need to be adjusted or adapted. This is the challenge of this situation, and this is why a lot of you are just confused and going in circles and having a really hard time. But the path out of this is to learn how to listen to your body, how to interpret what it's telling you, and to use that to guide your next steps on your journey. Mistake number 3 is skipping the absolutely necessary work of balancing your nervous system. It's easy to add a supplement, and for some of you, it's also really easy to make a diet change, take a food out, add a new food, try something new. But rearranging our habits and how we eat and live our life in the day-to-day can also have a profound effect on our digestion. And it's something that's really often overlooked because it's a little bit harder to change these kinds of things. Your digestion is intimately connected with your nervous system. There's a very strong two-way communication between your brain and your gut and your gut and your brain. One of my recent students has had lifelong digestive challenges, but has not really ever focused in on this aspect of her gut health. When we do the work to make space for what's called the rest and digest state of your nervous system, really big symptom changes can occur. So this is the number 3 thing that a lot of people really overlook. So which of these mistakes can you relate to the most? Which one's most present for you? Tell me about it in the comments. Ultimately, to find the relief that you're looking for requires creating a strategy to narrow down all of the possible options to the ones that are most likely for you, and then testing those options to see how you respond. And this saves you time and prevents you from making mistakes with things that are unlikely to help or even make things worse. Using what I call the iterative action method, you create small-scale experiments, you execute them, and then build on what you learn. This is how you eliminate options that are useless for you, figure out which things really make the difference, and create a plan that's customized for you and really gets you where you want to go. It's not fast or easy, but it's totally doable with a little bit of help and just understanding this process. So if you're struggling with not knowing how to use your various gut supplements, protocols, tools, and diets, my new 8-week online program helps people who are confused or frustrated with their gut healing diets and supplements go from anxiety, endless questions, and second guessing to a confident plan for calm digestion so they can live a flexible and spontaneous life again. We're starting up again on September 28th. If this sounds like something that you could use help with, I invite you to apply for a seat in the program. You can head over to confluencenutrition.com/contact, and there's a link there to schedule a discovery call and fill out an application. I look forward to meeting you and hearing more about your current situation and to help you understand how I might be able to help. I hope that this video helped you see some new possible paths for gut healing and helped you consider something new that you hadn't considered before. If you like this video, please consider liking and sharing with someone who could use it, and I look forward to seeing you next time.